was like, God, it's such a simple idea. And then it was, can we take this to the next level, which was what we ended up doing.
Yeah.
So,
and I do remember, I don't have that story right, but I think you had just gotten like it was one of your first like clear diagnoses. And I remember we were drinking a lot of bourbon and we got really smart that night, right? Talking about this idea. And then we bought the website because we were, in our brilliance, drinking bourbon doing that. So we bought the Cure Local website because we were like, this is the mission. This is what we're going to do. So in our brilliance, we bought the website, but that was as far as we got. And then I think that's when we we talked to Bailing first, I think, right?
Yeah.
So Ryan Bailing, he's a financial advisor here in town, good friend of ours. And we started talking to him about it. And he was like, dude, this is great. I think this would be a lot of fun. Yeah, who else should we talk to? And then I forget how Dave and Ryan got, like how we talked about it, but I think it was just like in passing. We were just talking about it in general, about the idea. And then they looked at us and they're like, guys, Ryan and Dave had been talking about this for a year prior to that, just those two on their own, something like it. And it was like, okay, this is meant to be.
So
right?
The vision or mission was to bring 100 men at that time.
At the time, I don't think we had the idea, but it came to that once we were sitting down and having conversation. And what Jason said, what is it? We have to do it on a bigger level. Not that the $10,000 gifts are not good. We want, and the word that kept coming up was significance. How do we create significant impact? And when we started doing that, we just started tossing numbers out. Is that 20,000, 50,000? And I think somebody said $100,000 out loud every time that we give away a gift. And we're all like, it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, again, this is 10 years ago, but like, this is the memory of how that was all ruminating and the conversation behind it. So,
and then just the strategy of, do we have tiers of gifting? How do we gift? Are we gifting in one check of 100,000? Are we doing 50 to the winner and, some other number to second and third place? And it was like, given that we wanted that significance, like, let's just do 100,000 to that nonprofit, to the winner.
Yeah. We wanted to really shoot, if they were going to make change, and we really believed in that organization through their application, like we thought 100,000 would shift where they were going. It would really move them.
And it does. And we'll get into some of the impact that we've had as a group. But anyone that's done anything with charitable work, 10,000 is a great gift.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
a great gift.
It's helpful.
It's very helpful. They can fill a food pantry or something of that nature for a month or whatever it may be. But 100,000 moves the needle for can actually save or propel a charitable organization.
Starts new programs, additional reach. If you buy a new van or buy XYZ, it does. It makes a big difference.
So eventually you settled on getting to 100 men that could contribute 1,000 per quarter and give away $100,000 per quarter.
Absolutely.
And so we settle on that as the vision. Now, how does it come together? Now, you're like, boom, we got this idea. We want to give away 100,000 per quarter, have these applicants sift through those, whatever it may be. How do you bring it to life?
Basically we had a year process of just figuring out, hey, how are we going to collect money? Do we want
easy
credit cards? Yeah. Oh shoot, Visa's going to take 4% every single time. Every $100,000, $4,000 is going to Visa. Like, that's going to add up. All right, let's figure all those details out. Let's figure out, how are we getting together? How are we spreading the word within the community that this is what we want to accomplish?
How do we do the operations side? Like, how do we do those pieces? We already are all busy, so let's make it. Everything was about simplicity. So let's overthink about it, because we want to make the model as simple as possible. Not only just for us, but the members. Like, if you're going to give that kind of money, you're probably pretty busy. So we shouldn't make it a burden, right? So all of it was always surrounded about KISS principle. Keep it really simple. Try to make it impactful, right? Significance. And so I think what it was is really, we were just getting together every other month or every month, and we were growing and changing constantly, because we had an idea. It didn't seem to work. I think the biggest thing we settled on was, don't launch until we have this many guys. So we went out, we got a bunch of guys that signed up, and I think, what was it, 25 or 35?
It's like 35.
I think it was 35.
Let's get a room of guys, call our friends, say, this is what we want to accomplish, what we want to do. When we hit 35, we'll start giving money away. That was kind of
and that's what we
wanted, some critical mass.
Because again, we didn't want the 10,000. Again, not that it's not important, but we needed to make a statement.
Yeah.
And we thought the 35 would make a statement, and it did. 35 was the first gift. It was first tee, I think.
Yep.
Was our first gift.